if you agree with the ESPN list, you probably not gonna like mine. When I was making this list, I was looking more towards potential upside, proven guys coming back. I like a good blend of NBA level players on the college team with upperclassmen. I like veteran guards, and I like veteran big men, and I like NBA level wings. So that's kind of what I leaned towards when I was doing my rankings. Other people, I don't know how other people do it, but I guess I'll start off with my honorable mentions. Honorable mention number one is UConn. I don't have UConn in my top 10, and that is because I don't know. I watched the exhibition game against, I think it was URI, UNI, one of those teams. I think it was Rhode Island, though. I don't know. I don't remember who it was exactly, but I watched the UConn exhibition game. I like some things I've seen from Leah McNeely. You know, you got Alex Caravan, Aiden Mahaney. I like all those guys. I like Jaden Ross. I like pretty much everybody on UConn that they brought in either from the portal or the freshmen that they have. My thing is with UConn is I have to see it first. That exhibition game was too close in the beginning. I know they pulled away later on, but I just don't know if I can put them in my top 10. I have to see it first, even though I do think they still are a top 15, top 20 team. So UConn is an honorable mention. And I think they was like top 5 in the ESPN rankings. I couldn't do it. I just had to just keep it a buck. I could have just did put them in there, but I'm just not going to do that. My second honorable mention is Arkansas. They still got a lot of talent. You got DJ Wagner over there, Calipari. You got Boogie Flynn. So you got a pretty solid backcourt, and just depending on how DJ look, they got some guys. That's another team that I just got to see it. Iowa State. Now I know Iowa State is a top 5, top 10 team according to ESPN, but they don't have really a NBA player, and they got a lot of college good guys, like guys that are good in college. Well, they play in college, so there's nothing wrong with that. But my top 10 teams, you gotta have some bona fide NBA guys on your team, bro. Even UConn, who I said I gotta see it first. I know Liam McNeely is going to the league. At least Caravan could be in the league. I know that for a fact. When I look at Iowa State, I just don't know, bro. I don't know who on their roster is going to the league. Maybe I'm just not too in tune with Iowa State, even though I like their coach and they always good and they overperform. It just I gotta see it for a top 10. No, I just couldn't do it. I do like Indronitis. In I can't say his name, but I remember I watched him in high school and he's a good freshman. My next honorable mention, Texas A&M. I like Buzz Williams going back to his Marquette days. I like the guards that they got. They got the guard from SMU. I'm blanking on his name. Um, I'm blanking on his name, but that they brought they guards back. So it's kind of I like the guards for Texas A&M. I couldn't make on top 10 though. I just got to see it. And my last honorable mention is Auburn. They lost Aiden Holloway. I don't know if Chance Westry is over there, but I'm pretty sure they had lost him a long time ago. They still got Janai Broom, who is a preseason All American, and he's a really good college player. But this is another team where I just got to see it. I couldn't put them top 10. I think ESPN had them top 10. Those are my honorable mentions. Now let's get to my actual top 10. I'm starting at 10. I got Indiana. I think Indiana is possibly the third best roster in college basketball. And just in terms of just names, you got uh Caden Carlisle, you got Miles Rice, you got Mackenzie Mbako, you got Malik Renault. I think they brought in Umar Balo. Like that is a really good team. If they put it all together, the sky's the limit for the Indiana team. The sky's the limit for the Indiana team. I think the X factor for Indiana is gonna be Mackenzie Mbako and how good he can be in his second year. Um, Woodson, I think he's a good coach. I want to see what he do with Indiana. I got them at 10 because they got some potential NBA talent. They got some college good guys. They got some good transfers, good vets. So I got Indiana at 10. Number 9, I have Baylor. Baylor is very guard heavy. That's the only reason why I don't have them higher. I do like them bringing in Norchak, Omir, but he's like 6'7". Like when you start getting it up against these bigger teams, I just got to see it. But they good enough to be top 10. VJ Edgecombe, he's a sleeper when it comes to he could possibly go number one in the draft depending on the type of season he has. He's an elite athlete. Got him. I compare his game to like an Anthony Edwards, Dwayne Wade in terms of his physical profile and how he can impact the game. I think he's that elite level of a talent. I do want to see him in his own ball creation, both playmaking for others and himself. I want to see him more become a three-level scorer. But VJ Edgecombe is the real deal. Jeremy Roach, I like that pickup. And then they bringing guys back. So between Jeremy Roach, VJ Edgecombe, I don't know if Langston Love came back, but possibly. And Norchad O'Meara, they got a solid core. Love Scott Drew. So I got Baylor at number 9. Number 8, I got Creighton. People might kill me for having Creighton at number 8, but Ryan Kalkbrenner is like college Brook Lopez, bro. Ryan Kalkbrenner is like college Brook Lopez. That's what he reminds me of. They brought back I'm forgetting his name, the guard they had, the little guard. I can't think of his name. But they brought in Pop Isaacs from Texas Tech. They still got Mason Miller, who I think is gonna have a bigger role this year. They got an overseas guy who I just watched his tape. He played in Germany. So they got a potential to be really good. I got Creighton number 8. I trust their coach. I trust McDermott. Creighton is always good and dangerous. So I got Creighton number 8. You say, hey, it is what it is. Ashworth. That's what Ashworth. The point guard Ashworth. Between Ashworth, Isaacs, and Kalkbrenner, and depending if they international player that played with Germany can play, I think that Creighton is going to be a very good team. They might win the Big East. Number 7, I got North Carolina. North Carolina, between Elliot Cadeau at point guard, R.J. Davis, you got Seth Trimble, you got Washington. It's a lot of guys I like at North Carolina. I'm not the biggest Ian Jackson fan, but if he can have a good season, they got some guys. And then, the coach, Hubert Davis. I'm blanking on everybody's names. I'm tripping. But Hubert Davis is a good coach. I trust him. His very first year, he got to the national championship, and he gonna have that team ready to go. Number 6, I got Houston. But this is a lot of stuff that is a lot of stuff got to go right for Houston to be a top 16. This is a team easily that could not be a top 10 team at the end of the year. But I trust Sampson. Terrence Arsenault, I really hope he has a big year. I think Terrence Arsenault is one of the most slept on wings in terms of NBA prospects and being good in college. He had that tough injury last year. I think Terrence Arsenault is a hell of a player, and I think he's a clutch player. Going all the way back to high school, I think Terrence Arsenault could have a breakout season. They got the point guard Uzman. I'm blanking on everybody's name, but they got the point guard from Oklahoma who could have a big game. You got LJ Cryer coming back. This still could be a really good Houston team, but they could fall off like UConn without Jamal Shead. But not fall off. You can't fall off, but they could have a down season compared to being like a top 5 team. But I got Houston at 6 for now. Number 5, I got Arizona. This might shock some people, but I got Arizona. Caleb Love is a preseason All-American, and he gonna do his thing. But I think the combination of Jaden Bradley and KJ Lewis and Carter Bryant. Carter Bryant kind of give me Kevin Knox vibe sometimes, but in his exhibition game that I just seen, he looked as smooth. He looked poised. He's a big wing, defensively, offensively. They just got a lot of guys. They got a front court, Waka, Creevis, Vasir. I like they coach. So I think Arizona's a top 5 team. I got them at 5. Number 4, I got Duke. Cooper Flag. Cooper Flag's the man. They brought back Tyrese Proctor, who about. I like Caleb Foster for year 2. They have a good backcourt. What is his name? John Noble? Yeah, he's good. Good freshman. Him and Nupel and Cooper Flag went absolutely nuclear in that exhibition game. I think they both had 20 points, if I'm not mistaken. I know Cooper Flag had about 22. So I trust John Shire, trust Duke. And got Duke at 4. Number 3, I got Gonzaga. I got Gonzaga, bro. I got Gonzaga at number 3. This gonna sound crazy. And I know Mark Few don't get it done. in March, but in the regular season, I think Gonzaga's a top 5 team easily. Yeah, I got him at 3. Ron Nembhard is probably my favorite point guard. He possibly could be the best point guard. Mark Sears. We'll go get to that. But I think he's a top 5 point guard in college basketball. Ron Nembhard is very good. Nolan Hickman is very good. Graham Ike is a dog. I think Graham Ike and Ron Nembhard, both of them guys are All-American level. So, and then they back another year after a shaky start last year. They got it together towards the end of the year. That's a good team. Got Gonzaga at 3. Number 2, I got Kansas. They brought in my guy, Rollin Griffin from Alabama, knockdown shooter. They brought in Zeke Mayo. They brought back Hunter Dickinson, KJ Adams. They brought back DeJuan Harris, who's one of the better point guards in all college basketball. So they actually got more than 4 guys this year. I think Bill Self is probably the best coach in college basketball, in my opinion. So I got Kansas at number 2. ESPN had them at number 1. I can't do it. Not when you have Alabama. Oh, yeah, and Hunter Dickinson is a preseason All-American. Number 1, I got Alabama. Bro. This is the craziest roster in college basketball. Alabama has the craziest roster in college basketball, bar none. Easily the best roster in college basketball from 1 to 12. I watched that exhibition game. They had so many dudes, bro. And they had the toughest exhibition game against Wake Forest. Nah, bro. Alabama is the number 1 team in college basketball, dog. Mark Sears could be the best player in college basketball. He's preseason All-American. That boy jump shot is wet. Aiden Holloway jumper is wet. Now they got Nazir Cunningham, a dude who was ranked as a top 10 sophomore when he was in high school before he started going crazy, going to that OTE or whatever the hell he went to. They got him coming out. He buried on the bench as a big wing. Darian Reed, big wing. They brought in Cliff Omoruiu. I can't even say his name. But they got so many dudes, bro. Say, man, go look at that Alabama roster. If you watch any high school basketball, you'll be like, whoa, they got him here. If you keep up with college basketball, you're like, whoa, what? Bro, that roster is stacked. Alabama got the best roster in college basketball. I got them number 1. Take a look at my list. Number 1, I got Alabama. Number 2, I got Kansas. Number 3, I got Gonzaga. Number 4, I got Duke. Number 5, I got Arizona. 6, Houston. 7, North Carolina. 8, Creighton. 9, Baylor. 10, Indiana. My honorable mentions was UConn, Arkansas, Iowa State, A&M, and Auburn. Read it and wait. Hey, y'all can say what y'all want. This is my list, man. I think Alabama could be a juggernaut, bro. Let me know how y'all feel about my list. Let me know who y'all think the top 10 teams in college basketball is going into the season. But that's me. That's my list, bro.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.